Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
Yeah, so hopefully this is recording, because if not, I'm not doing it over again. Yeah. So this picture right here, let's do this. Yeah. So this picture right here should end the debate. This is Himawari 8. This is what Earth looks like from space. But unfortunately, this does not end the debate. People are still going to claim that Earth is flat. People are still going to claim that this is fake. Not sure how they could actually fake the clouds. I guess you could make that argument since, you know, you could just say, oh, they predicted the clouds. I'm not sure how they can predict like individual clouds like weeks in advance. I just don't think that, is possible. Um, so before I start, this this presentation was made way before the final experiment. So you're going to see some stuff that might be a little bit dated, but yeah. So this is 24-hour sun. This is how it works on a globe. Um, Earth is tilted towards the sun. The south is tilted toward the sun. It's not really a difficult concept to understand. It works perfectly on this model. Here is me stroking my globe. I guess that's what it seems like. But yeah, I mean, you can make this model with just a simple globe at home. Just get a light source and a globe, and you can see that if you tilt it towards the light source, one side of the one part of it's going to be shine. It's going to be in daylight all the time, no matter how far you rotate it. You know, it's kind of simple to understand. Um, Again, if the Earth was a globe, this is how it would work in reality. Here is Space Engine. Let me just go ahead and try and forward it. So I guess I'm not going to forward it. Well, yeah, let me forward it. So, yeah. So here is Antarctica. We're going to go down to the surface and we're going to land on the surface. And then when you land on the surface, this is what you see in Antarctica. Now we all know this is what they seen in the final experiment. They saw the sun go around them. I was I've been making this argument for a long time, and a lot of globers, quote unquote globers, normal people have been making this argument also. But of course, no one's really able to verify it, even though there's many people that have already been down to Antarctica to verify it. But of course, they have to see it for themselves. But here's how it works on a globe. If the Earth was a globe, this is how it would work. Kind of simple to understand. Okay, this is a video that was very controversial. This is the reason why they claimed all the videos were fake. As you can see, yes, the clouds in the beginning of the video are the same at the end of the video. There's a reason for that. That's because the documentary was it was made for a documentary, and they wanted to start and stop on the mountain, so they cut the middle part out and put it to the end. I actually made a video about that, exactly showing how they actually did it. You can check that out on my channel. Yep, here's the video. It goes around. Let me speed it up. Goes around and see, this is the part right here where they cut it. This part right here, when the sun goes behind the light post, that light right there, that's where they cut it, and they removed the beginning part, and they started from here. But yeah, you start and stop on the mountain. That's what they wanted to do, right? But this right here is the original footage. Of course, once this came out, it was already the damage was already done. People just claim, oh, it's all fake anyway. But yeah, this is the uncut footage that shows it starting in a different position. It goes all the way around. Now, here's the cool thing about this footage, right? I like to break this down. When you look at video footage, it's easy to find out, okay, where is this location? So, you see these buildings right here? These are very distinctive buildings in Antarctica, right? And there's a reason why those are very distinctive. What you can do is you can what is this one? Let me see, what's this? So if you go to McMurdo Station, which is where this video was made, and you go on Google Earth, type in McMurdo Station, you can find that location on Google Earth. Let me let it play. See down down to the surface on Antarctica. And look, here goes those same 4 buildings, right? Same 4 buildings. Now, if you click on, now here's another thing. If you click on Street View, right? Street View is a cool thing. You click on Street View, you drag the little man over to where, oh, excuse me, this little line is, and you place it right here. You can actually see what's there in reality. So when you go down there, this is what you see. You see buildings, and you can pan around, and look, there goes those same exact 4 buildings, those same brown buildings. Now this is significant, right? Because this little spot right here, that's where the camera was placed in the original video, right? That little spot right there on the top of the building, that's where the camera was placed. Oh, let me see. Go back. Yep, that's where the camera was placed. So yeah, you see these 3 buildings. Well, there's 4 of them, right? And that yellow arrow is pointing to where the camera was placed in this video right here, right? So again, 4 buildings right here, right there, 4 brown buildings. And if you turn around here, this is the direction we're looking from. So go back. That's the direction right there. So now we can verify that this is an actual place on Earth that is in Antarctica. So now okay, this has to be real, right? There's people that work there. There's people that go there every single year that work there. So it has to be a real location. You can't just, but of course we're dealing with flat earthers here. Again, same 4 buildings. And look, here's another gentleman here. This
mountain ranges all over.
I'm not sure if you can hear the audio, but I'm going to play the audio that way you can hear it. But if you look back here, right there are those same 4 brown buildings. So let's go ahead. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but I'm going to play
mountain ranges all across the horizon, which I didn't realize you could see, basically all from McMurdo. The last thing you might notice is that if you look out, it might look like it's about 6 or 7 in the evening, but I think it's actually about 11 p.m. And right now, this is about as low as the sun is getting. So it never gets darker than this.
So right there, you got firsthand knowledge from a gentleman that works there saying the sun never sets. So, and this is not the only video. There's many, many other videos that show people that actually work there. So, so here's another place. This is Davis Station. Again, we have 24-hour sun, shadows going around buildings, around objects. We have identifiable buildings, identifiable landmarks. Here's 3 buildings right here. So if you type in Davis Station in Google Earth, it'll take you here. Same 3 buildings. So here we go, Davis Station. And if we do this, we go down to the surface, and lo and behold, there goes those same buildings right there. Right? Again, this is the same location, right? Shadows going in circles. 24-hour sun. 24-hour sun. Now this is, like I said, this was made. I've been making this argument for a long time now. So this is nothing new. We've all known that there's been 24 hours, and that's why we were so adamant about flat earthers actually going there. When Will Duffy presented this, I was ecstatic. I was like, yes, please take some flat earthers with you. It was amazing. I couldn't wait for them to actually see it. That's why flat earth is in turmoil right now. All right, let's yeah, same thing here. We all know, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, right? This is how it works on a globe. You're gonna go down there, and the sun is gonna go around you. I mean, it works perfectly. It works perfectly on this model, on the globe model. There's no, this is exactly what they saw. They saw the sun go around them, and it goes up and down because they're not directly at the pole. If you're directly at the pole, it's not gonna go up and down. It's gonna pretty much stay at the same elevation above the horizon, right? So, and here we have TFE, exactly what we would expect to see on the globe. I mean, the model predicts this. There's no question whether or not there's a 24-hour sun because globers and flat earthers have seen it. So Okay, so now let's change the subject a little bit. These were a point of contention that a lot of flat earthers they actually absolutely hate these photos because for one they claim that they claim that it's some kind of refraction that is making these buildings obstructed, right? It has to be some sort of refraction or it specifically sinking refraction is what they claim, right? I took all these photos when I was living in Hawaii over about a good 2 or 3 month period. Went out there multiple days, and every single day, as you can see, this building right here, every single day I went, it was always obstructed. And I mean, there was no way around it. Every single one time I went at the same location, it was always obstructed. So this is how it would work on a curved surface. I took some 3D printed buildings and I put them on my refrigerator, which is a curved surface, and this is exactly what I would expect to see if the surface was curved, right? Again, here's a boat. Shout out to I forget his name. Oh man, I'm gonna be upset because I can't think of his name. But yeah, shout out to whoever made this video. Shout out to you. I'll probably remember it later on, but definitely I'll give you a shout out. But as you can see here, here's an eye level, and you can see the boat is going away from you. He's got all the distances mapped out, and the boat is literally going down. So if this was just perspective, right? Then this part right here, the line, would remain at this line right here. This is going to be, and this is going to be important later on. I'm going to show you why. This line right here this boat should not be going down if the surface is flat, right? That's going to be important later on. Again, here's those same same observation, but not zoomed in. As you can see here, here's those buildings. If you can see right here in the center, but all along this the shoreline is obstructed. There's lots of things here. Actually, over here, funny enough, there's an airport. There's an airport there that you can't see. So let's move on. So this was my original vantage point or location observation point, and you can see going to these buildings is about 15 miles, right? So this is my line of sight, right? I think one of these is actually a video. But yeah, this is those buildings close up. And remember, in the original photos, you can't see any of these trees. You cannot see any of it. This is an island right here well, I'm not staying on it, but this is a stock picture that I pulled off of Google, where there's an island right here that this person is standing on, looking at these buildings. Again, you don't see that in this picture. That's this building right here. This building right here wait, let me go back. This building right here is this building right here. Again, you don't see any of those trees. This building right here, this is a 25-story building, right? And you can't see half of it. Every day, you can't see half of it. Now, again, they're going to claim that, oh, it's some sort of sinking refraction. Well, is it the same effect every single day? So every single day I'm getting the same effect to have sinking refraction, the same conditions to get sinking refraction on every single day. I don't think so. All right, so I think here's a video. This is a good one. This is another building that's obstructed, but this one is interesting right here. Let's see. Let me play this. So over here is my line of sight. And as you can see, look, my line of sight goes over top of all of this land here. All of that land. See, this is 13 miles. I don't see any of that land here. That's 13 miles. Let's let it play. What else is there? Oh my goodness. Look at this. That's a runway. That's a runway. That's an airport that we can't see. I mean, look at that. Again, this is my line of sight, and you don't see any of that here. Oh, there goes the water. Yep. And it goes right back to my original observation point. So that's a lot of stuff obstructed. That's a lot of stuff obstructed. This is looking in the opposite direction. That's a building, I think that's about 17 miles away, and the building is completely obstructed. Let's see, I think I have another picture, same thing here. Building's obstructed, 17 miles away. I think that's a factory. That's in the distance there. Same buildings, same obstruction. This is the actual building, right? Yeah. So I mean, like I said, even in the opposite direction, you can still see obstruction. And a lot of them like to claim, oh, it's a wave. Well, I mean, yeah, these are waves, of course, but it's not a 50-foot wave. You know, these are probably like 2 or 3 feet. You know, these are like 2 or 3 feet waves, but they're not 50 feet. Again, this is the same building, 25 stories. This is the I forget what that's called. That's the Rainbow Tower. So here is the hypothesis, or here is the predictions for if we're on a flat Earth, right? If you had a water level across a flat surface, that means that everything that is the exact same height should line up. If you're if you're using an water level, this is the globe prediction. If you're using a water level, that water level should drop away, right? And of course, surveyors, they predict the same thing. This is from a surveying manual that I picked up. Yes, and geodetic surveyors over a long distance it says geodetic surveys of large areas are affected by and must take into account the curvature of the Earth, location on Earth's surface, and elevation above sea level. So, for some reason, surveyors, they have to take this into account for some reason. If there was no curvature, then they wouldn't have to take it into account. It wouldn't be in these documents. Again, here's a prediction on flat Earth or effects of curvature. Now, here is again perspective on a flat plane, right? This is the horizontal right here, and all of these lines are the same exact height above the surface. Same thing here. This is a perspective view. This is the orthographic view, right? Everything is the same height. Let's say 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. This is what I would expect over a curved surface, right? Same thing here. This is a hallway, right? Let's say my head is the same exact height as this red line right here. If I walk down this hallway, my head should remain on this red line. It would not drop away, and I wouldn't expect it to drop away. Now, going back to that other picture, let me see if I can go back real quick. Let's go those boats. Remember those boats I showed earlier? Right here. If this is a flat surface, there's no way this boat should be going down. Right? This boat should not be going down. Go back here. Again, flat surface, going down a hallway, right? Same exact height, remains the same height. 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. This is what I would expect to see on a flat Earth. Unfortunately, that's not what we see. We don't see that. Same thing here. I just added a little bit more. But yeah, you get the picture, right? Because they love to claim perspective. Same thing here. Here's a hallway. If I walk, let's say the line on the wall is the same exact height as my head. If I walk down the hallway, at no point is my head going to drop below the black line. It's just not going to happen. That's perspective. At no point is the floor going to obstruct the ceiling. It's just not going to happen, right? Flat surface. Here's something I made when I was in Korea. This is a horizontal plane, right? And this is a Theodolite app on my phone, and it's leveled, as you can see here. And as I move this block away, that line remains on that block. There's like a black line across that. Looks like a battery or something. But yeah, it doesn't move. It stays on that black line because this is a flat surface, and this is what happens in perspective. Things that are at eye level will remain at eye level on a flat plane, right? Now, so with that being said, this is what I did. I took an auto level and I went out to the beach to confirm whether or not what flat earthers were saying was true. I set it up and it's made sure I understood how the device works. All you got to do is you turn this knob right here, and there's another knob, and this is how you level it. So when a bubble is completely in a circle, that means it's level. I had my son stand in the water, and I put the measuring rod pretty much at the surface of the water, give or take an inch or two, whatever. Right? This red line represents where the crosshairs are, right here. So this is how high above the water I am. So I'm 11 feet and about 3 inches, right? And when I look through, if the surface of the water is supposedly flat, that means these crosshairs should be hitting about 11 feet on the building. But unfortunately, they are not. This right here is a 15-story building, and these crosshairs are hitting the top of that 15-story building. So that means something is dropping in the distance. Again, let's go back here, and as we can see, on a flat surface, everything that is 5 feet would remain at the same elevation above the surface, right? So all of these lines are the same exact height. This is my eye level right here. This is my eye level. My eye level is 11 feet 3 inches above the water. And this is what I see. For some reason, in the distance, the crosshairs are hitting at 11 feet above, well, they're hitting at well above 11 feet. This is a 15-story building, right? At 14 miles, this is what's going on here. So either this building is at a lower elevation or the surface of this water is curved. There's no other way around it. Now you can claim that there's some sort of refraction going on. I'll give you that, a little bit of refraction, but it would be in the opposite direction. It would not be, it would be making it, the refraction would help flat earthers, but in this case, it doesn't at all. I went on multiple days, and this is the same, you get the same effect on any day that I went. So here's a short little video. That's actually a boat going in front of me. So, I mean, there's no way that I'm higher than the boat. I mean, that's a pretty big boat right there. And then a lot of people like to claim, oh, look how big the waves are. The waves are, but again, these waves are lower than me. This is 11 feet. They're not higher than me, right? And I know this, that boat is bigger than me. So what's going on here? Again, so I'm going to pan to the left, and there's that 15-story building again. Still at the same height, same exact height. So I mean, again, you have to somehow address that. Let's go. Let's see. So again, here's those buildings, and you don't see them. So here again, this is where the water is, right, on that building, and here's where the crosshairs are. So that means if I got closer to that building, I would have to angle the water level up. It's pretty obvious. All right. So next subject: flights in the Southern Hemisphere. This was a big one back in a few months ago. Now no one really addresses it, but the argument was that the jet streams are a lot faster in the south, which is not true. But the thing is that a lot of flat earthers pretty much claim that these flights did not exist until we actually started showing them, like, yes, they do exist, and people go in them. People pay for these flights, and they travel on them all the time, several times a week, in fact. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this meme before. It's not true. I mean, you can pick any location on here and say, oh, there's no flights between these two places, therefore it's not real. The problem is these flights right here, there are flights in between those, right? So there's definitely flights that go in between these locations right here. Here's all the Southern Hemisphere flights. You got Sydney to Santiago. You got Santiago to Sydney. You got Sydney to Johannesburg. You got Perth to Johannesburg. Auckland to Santiago. All these are real flights that you can purchase and you can fly on. Actually, I think this one right here. Which one is it? I think it's Melbourne to Santiago. This is the one that or no, I'm sorry. It was QF27. This is the one that Critical Think traveled on to go on TFE. This is the one he traveled from Sydney to Santiago so he can meet up with the guys for TFE. So and I have the distances highlighted, and that's going to be important because this is what kills flat Earth is these distances and these times right here, right? So this flight right here, which is Dallas to Seoul, I actually took that flight when I was stationed in Korea for a little while. Now, if you can see, this red line here represents the distance from Dallas to Seoul. I took this flight, but and it's a 14-hour flight. But the thing is, in Santiago to Sydney, that's also a 14-hour flight. But you can see the distance here. It's down. It's almost three times the distance. So this is why they call it a straw man. Whenever you point out things like this, they want to distance themselves as much as possible from this map. And now they have to distance themselves even more, and they have to throw it away because not only are the distances incorrect, now they have to contend with the 24-hour sun and these distances. So yeah, they pretty much have disregarded this map altogether. So let's go on. All right, let me oh man, this is wait. Let's go back. Oh, you can't see it. Okay. So there's a reason why I have this here. You can't really see it here. So there's three different paths here. So if it's going to take the straight path, that is a distance of 16,000 miles roughly. And if it's 16,000 miles, let me see, this is the one. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. If the plane takes a straight path, which is this one right here, which is this path right here, then the average speed is 5,500 miles per hour. I'm sorry, excuse me. Wow, I can't read. 550 miles per hour, and because flat earthers love jet streams, you give them a 250 mile an hour jet stream, that gives you 800 miles per hour. So the flat earth distance between Sydney and Santiago is 16,000 miles. So the flight duration. So again, so you got an airplane travel 800 miles an hour. If it travels 800 miles an hour to get to Santiago, Sydney to Santiago, at the flat Earth distance of 16,000 miles, then you take the distance divided by the total speed, you get 20 hours. So this flight would actually take 20 hours if this flat Earth distance is correct, right? So because I mean, they want to claim that the flight is actually going faster, right? So this is how fast it's supposedly going, 800 miles an hour because of that jet stream, right? It would still take 20 hours. Now, let's go back. Let me see if the plane takes the outside path, right? Because a lot of them they do want to claim that it does. Oh, it actually does take this outside path right here. Well, that's a longer distance, so it's going to require a faster jet stream. Let's see. So let's go back. Well, we gave it the 250 mile an hour jet stream. So average speed is 550 miles per hour plus 250 mile an hour jet streams, 800 miles per hour. The distance on flat Earth on the outside, right, is 20,142 miles. So that would actually take 25 hours because you take the distance divided by the total speed, and it gives you roughly 25 hours. So again, still too much, still too long. Doesn't fit. Now, let's do it on a globe. So the average speed is about 550 miles an hour, and we're not going to really go crazy with the jet stream because the jet stream is like, it's not going to be 250 miles an hour every single day. So let's go with the regular speed, right? The average speed, which I mean, if you go on Flight Radar 24, you can download all the spreadsheet, and it's going to show you the speed. You can get an average from it. So 550 miles an hour, and the distance between Sydney and Santiago is 7,060 miles roughly. So if you take the distance divided by the speed, right, 7,060 miles divided by 550 miles per hour, you get 12.83 hours, which is literally right on time. You know, it's literally almost to the minute. And if you look here is the actual time. It's about 12 hours. So yeah, I mean it matches the globe model. You can't get any closer than that. And Like I said before, flat earthers usually claim that they didn't exist, and I actually found one. I actually found one taking off. This is QF63 from Johannesburg going to Sydney, right? Yes, this is actually a flight taking off. QF63. So I mean, to sit here and deny these is that's kind of the name of the game for flat earthers. Deny as much as possible. Claim it's fake. Claim, I mean, that's kind of the name of the game, right? Again, here's Dallas to Seoul, same time as Santiago to Sydney. Wouldn't be possible with the AE map. Just wouldn't be possible. So again, here it is. Dallas, South Korea, 10 hours, 14 minutes. Johannesburg to Sydney, 14 hours, 13 minutes. Different. Look at the difference. This is why they have to run from this model, Okay, now, a lot of these are kind of just things that I've seen. So, perspective, right? This is one of those perspective things, and they take a high elevation picture like this, and they just kind of throw perspective lines on it, right? There's no reference. Right? There's no reference to what's going on here. So you don't know exactly what's going on. You don't know if the lines are line up. Oh, but what they do is they put those lines right on the horizon so they can say, oh, look, perspective lines meet at the horizon. But when you do it in reality, like I did, I once took this picture in Hawaii. This is the Honolulu airport. You can see that those lines do not meet at the horizon. And those runways are parallel. We know that. There's no way around that. These lines are absolutely parallel. So we take parallel lines, they do not meet at the horizon. And then, of course, the argument against this is claiming, oh, well, we don't know exactly where the horizon is because we've seen boats floating. Well, in the floating boats pictures, we know what's going on at the horizon. And that doesn't happen here. You don't get those conditions here in Hawaii, no matter how much you want to try and argue them, right? This is cool. This is Lahaina Noon. I took a picture of this when Lahaina Noon actually happened. As you see, there's no shadows except for maybe a little. Sorry, except for maybe like a little sliver right here. But that means that the light from the sun is coming in parallel, right? There's no shadows here. Well, except for over here, but there's an overhang. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Here's just a boat going over the curve. Pretty obvious. That wouldn't happen if the Earth was flat. Here's another boat going over the curve. That wouldn't happen if the Earth was flat. Right? Here's another picture I took from 25 stories up. I took one picture. I waited about 15, 20 minutes and took another picture of the same boat. And you can see that half the boat is gone. And this is from 25 stories up. This is a good one from Jesse. Jesse took a picture of this. Shout out to from Jesse. And the sun is below eye level. Doesn't make any sense on flat Earth if how the sun is below eye level. This is a famous picture I've seen floating around. The sun is cut off by the horizon. It's at eye level. The boat is here. There's no way for the reason for the sun to be at my eye level. It just doesn't make any sense. Here is a video that I took of the sun. That is the sun going down, not going away. It's not going away. It's going down. How is it that apparently there's no reflection on the water, right? Why is there no light on the water here? The water is dark. Water is completely dark. But for some reason, the sun is still here. And the cool thing about this is that you can recreate this same effect with simple things around the house. This was an exercise ball and a light source. This is how sunsets work on the globe. Pretty simple. Again, no reflection of the sun's light on the water. That means there's something blocking the light from the sun. And I took this picture from 25 stories up from a hotel in Honolulu. That's why I was able to get this shot. And the sun is already down. If, for the people on the ground, they probably can't see the sun. They can't see it. Or if they do, they could probably see it, but they know they're still in darkness. Mm, again, here's a good one. Here's another one. This one is not zoomed in. All of these people, all this water here is in darkness, but I can still see the sun because I'm up high. That means that the horizon is blocking the light from the sun. Impossible on flat Earth. Doesn't happen. Here's a good one from I forget who made this one, but the pictures of the sun throughout the day are all the same size. Doesn't change in angular size. No matter what flat earthers want to try and tell you, doesn't change in angular size. Um, this was a thing from what's his name? I forget his name. I forget his name. Flat earther passed away years ago. But he used to try and claim that the sun, the that what was it claim? I can't even think of it right now. Oh, a Fresnel lens. That the atmosphere acts like a Fresnel lens, and that's how it's able to look like it's going down. Well, actually, it looks like it's going down, and it's changing angular size. So no, neither one of those actually work. This is what it would be if the sun was 4,000 miles above the Earth. There's no reason for any for. I mean, if I'm standing right here, right, there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to see the sun, right, from anywhere on Earth. Like I'm over here. There's no reason that I wouldn't be able to see the sun, right? Um, Refraction lifts things up over a curve. This is a pretty cool demonstration from a um shout out to what the heck I forget what his name was. His name was oh, Bearded Devil. He used to do a lot of little demonstrations like this. But yeah, this is what happens when you have a cold surface, cold air below warm air. It lifts things up exactly how what we would expect to see with refraction. But a lot of times flat earthers even denied refraction that if refraction even existed. As you can now here's the same thing, and you can see that the surface is curved, right? It's a curved surface. That's not a straight board. So whatever we're seeing here is it's allowing whatever was there, those two Legos to be visible. All right, let's get out of here. It's loud. Oof. I mean, do I have to hear that? Yeah. So yeah, this is just a when this rocket got up high enough, it was illuminated by the sun. I thought that was cool. Yeah. This was a good one. That's an airplane landing in the water. I got a I got one just like that. I filmed. Another one, flat earthers love to say this. So when you put a quarter down on a table, as you move the quarter away from you, you see it disappear from the bottom up. Well, of course it would do that if you put the camera slightly below the table. But when you put the camera just in line with the table, that doesn't happen. This is a good one. Flat earthers love using this as proof of flat Earth. Oh, look, the horizon looks flat. Oh, and then they'll only show like a small little snippet of it. But when you show the whole thing, right? Well, this is the only part that they show, just this part, and they'll go back and forth, and that's it. Oh, look, oh, the Earth is flat. Oh man, but when you is that the last one? Oh, that is the last one. Oh, did I not get the other one? Oh, I don't have the other one. Okay, well, I have the same clip here, but I have the same clip, but it's like it shows this same clip with where the balloon pops and it goes concave, convex. So yeah. But when you look at things that don't have that distortion, you see the same curve. Does the curve doesn't change, right? So this would be a wide angle lens, as you can when you see the curve goes convex when it goes past the center. right? That's what we see on a wide-angle lens. This is what we see when it's not a wide-angle lens. It's actually curved. Belt of Venus. This is yeah, Belt of Venus. Same thing here. Earth shadow. This is Earth shadow from an airplane. That's because the Earth is in the way. It's making a shadow on the clouds right there. Again, same thing. Earth shadow. Earth shadow. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, flat earthers absolutely hate this one. When you compress this, the horizon is curved. It's kind of that simple. Only the horizon is curved. Of course, the table is curved too. They like to say, well, why the table curved too? Well, it's because the table is actually slightly curved. See that? Yes. And if you use a regular camera, you see these are all curved. I took this picture in Hawaii of the horizon, and I tilted my camera up, so I put the horizon at the bottom of the screen, and each picture I took, I moved the camera up, 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 and every single one of these is curved. So that means there's not really much distortion in my camera because this would be concave. All these ones down here will be slightly concave, but they're not. They're all curved in the same direction. Yeah, this is just a continuation of the ones that like to use the perspective lines and kind of just throw the perspective lines on the surface of the Earth. You can't do that. Here is the yeah, we've already shown this. I've already shown this. I've already shown this. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. So, my boy Jesse. So Jesse took a water level at 58 feet, right? He took a water level 58 feet and looked through it, and this is what we would expect to see on flat Earth. This is a 187-foot tall building. Well, the building is 187 foot, but the top of it, because of the fact it's on the ground, it's 240 feet. But when you look through the water level, here's this setup, right? Here's one end of the water level here, one end of the water level here, and when you look down the water level, this is above horizontal when you're standing above it. This is below the horizontal, and when you're right in line, that means there's a straight line between you and the two ends of the water level. It's above that building. That's curvature. Lake Pontchartrain, wonderful display of curvature. So if the Earth was flat, this is what the bridge should look like, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like this. The Earth is curved, right? This is what the power line should look like if the Earth is flat, but it doesn't. It looks like this because the Earth is curved, right? Then he went one step better. He took a GPS device, put it on his car, and drove across the bridge. And they took those GPS coordinates and they put them into a whatever the heck they did with them. And even the GPS coordinates, which show their place in 3D space, are also curved. So it can't be the refraction that's making them curved. No, it's because the surface is actually curved. There's no way for the GPS coordinates to also be curved. Yep, this is what's going on here. I mean, it's kind of simple. These lines are not these lines are parallel, but they don't look like they're parallel, do they? Right? A lot of flat earthers like to claim that the sun's rays show that the that it's close and local. Well, that will be the same thing as these lines right here, but these lines are parallel, but they all look like they converge, don't they? These are parallel sun rays. They look like they converge. That means the sun is very far away. Yep, we know that. It wouldn't be there if someone wasn't there to put them there. Oh, that's a big one. Flat earthers hate that. Um, here's all the Apollo missions. Um, I mean, you kind of have to claim they're all fake. You kind of have to. Like this information is readily available. You can go and look at all the pictures from each and every one of these from each and every one of these missions. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures that you can look at. They have to be faking a whole hell of a lot in order for these to be fake. ISS across the moon. This is a good one. This is a good one. ISS across the moon. This is from Astronomy Live, who filmed it passing his location. I mean, the ISS is there. There's no real denying it. Everyone can see it. Here's a close-up picture of it. But yeah, this is a good one. So this is Himawari 8, and this is from the ISS. Yes, I apologize for the grainy video, but these are the same clouds. Like, I literally waited for the ISS to pass over a certain location. I recorded the ISS, then I went on Google, then I went on Himawari, and I found those exact same clouds. There's no coincidence. That means they're both looking at the same exact thing. Right? I mean, there's kind of no denying it. That means they're both looking at the same exact thing. Right? And ISS passing in front of the sun. That's impossible in flat Earth. That's a pretty good one. Okay, this close. This is a good one. This close up of photographer, I can't even tell his name. Snapshot zooms in on the space shuttle Atlantis and an International Space Station as they transitioned across the sun on May 16th, 2010. This photo was taken from Madrid, Spain. That's cool. That is really cool. 50 miles away, but that means that the sun is below eye level, and the bottom of the sun is below the buildings. I don't know how that works. Yep. And who is that? Mount Rainier? Yeah, there's Mount Rainier, and Mount Rainier is below the horizon. Not sure how that works on flat Earth either. There can't be that much refraction. Yep, clouds obstructed by the horizon. And I think that's... Wait, is this a video? Wait, no. I think that was supposed to be a video. Yeah. This is just showing that the bottom of these clouds are not illuminated, but the tops of well, I don't know. I'm not sure what this is for. I just took a picture of the clouds at night, but they are illuminated from the bottom, which would be impossible on flat Earth. Same thing here. The tops of these clouds are not illuminated, but the bottom of these are illuminated. That means the sun is at a lower angle, and light is coming in from the bottom to illuminate the bottom of the clouds. That's a pretty easy one to understand. This is Newton's third law of motion. Satellites. Oh, it has to be fake, right? That definitely has to be fake. There's no way that's real. Rob Skiba, that's what the guy's name was. Rob Skiba. Thank you, Rob Skiba, for doing this, because this shows how that picture was possible. Himawari catching solar eclipses. You can go on Himawari right now and find these same pictures. I mean, just find out exactly when there was an eclipse in the Pacific. You can go on that specific day, and you can see this. To see the shadow go right on across it goes right on across the surface of the Earth. I mean, the information is out there. Let's see. I think that's it. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that was a long time. I have a lot of information here, but so yeah, like I said, this is fun. But I don't really understand why everyone is so uptight about the final experiment. Yes, it proved exactly what we were expecting it to prove. Well, I wouldn't say prove, but it showed exactly what we expected it to prove. Let me reword that. It showed exactly what we expected it to show, because the Earth is a globe. You can deny it all you want. You can claim it's fake all you want, but anybody can go down there and get the same exact footage. Someone might go down there next year and do the same thing and get the same footage. So it's not going away. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to show on here? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this video out, but I probably will. I'm kind of lacking on content for my channel, so I might as well go ahead and post it. It's going to be a long one, but yeah. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and check out the rest of my videos if you're interested. And as always, peace.
Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.